Hello there, many of you know YouTube content creators who talk about minimalist lifestyle in their videos. Minimalism has become quite popular lately, and I absolutely love it. Actually, YouTube wasn't the first place where I heard of some basic ideas of minimalism. Even when I was a kid and wasn't familiar with self-help books or self-improvement YouTube channels, I stick to some decluttering practices which I used at home and for my phone and computer. Initially, I was fond of accumulating stuff. It was extremely difficult for me to say goodbye to unimportant things I owned. Even if it was a toy I never played with, I thought that I should save it just in case. I can't say I totally cluttered my room and wasn't able to function properly in chaos, but now I think if I lived there, I would definitely get rid of some things. They didn't hold great memories, I didn't use them at all, but still it seemed it would be better if I kept them. It's called endowment effect. It's the finding that people are more likely to retain an object they own than acquire that same object when they do not own it. To put it simply, let's suppose you're a time traveler and you're still living in the era of spinners. Everybody buys them. You got one from your friend, but the thing is, you don't like spinners, but something still holds you from getting rid of it. Now, if you didn't have it, how much money would you pay to get one? And you should ask me, why would I pay anything at all if I'm not a fan of spinners? See, sometimes you're more likely to keep something you own than to buy it for even small amounts of money. Minimalism is about owning valuable things, basically owning things with intention. And if you're interested in minimalism, science-based tips on how you can increase your productivity, improve time management and health, you're welcome to subscribe to my channel and smash the like or dislike button to let me know whether you enjoyed this video. I'm not trying to tell you strict and extremely concrete rules on how to be a minimalist. Honestly, I don't think they would be helpful at all. It's you who should decide whether this or that thing is extremely valuable. I don't keep some of the things other people can't live without, like books. I'm not a fan of owning lots of paper books, especially the ones I've already read. So if you want to try it, firstly decide what you really mean by this word. There are different kinds of degrees of minimalism. You can own literally nothing and stop using information technologies, or you can declutter the place you live at slightly and stop right there. Now, where would I start if I erased my memory and started all over again? There are so many areas like your physical environment, gadgets such as your phone, laptop, and computer, or maybe something related to your money spending habits. Maybe you're used to ordering tons of things on the internet every month or so. The most obvious thing for me was decluttering my room. You can start there, but when you set rules on what types of things you should keep, I recommend thinking about it in long term. Would you be able to stick to this for several months or years? If it's too complicated and difficult, it just won't work in a year. And of course, use common sense when it comes to important for your safety things, like a fire extinguisher in your car. Even if it occupies some space, it's better to keep it. And you don't have to declutter your whole room in one day. Choose one thing you want to focus today and don't overwork. Keep in mind that you can easily get overwhelmed if you go too fast. Minimalist lifestyle isn't about decluttering your garage for 10 hours and then hating this activity for the rest of your life. The first thing I thought about when I wanted to declutter as a kid was my wardrobe. I didn't keep there millions of pieces of clothing, but still there were things that I would rarely or even never wear. I talked about it with my parents and threw out old unwearable stuff, but if something was still good, but I didn't need it, we donated it to people in need. Even if you look only at your room, you'll likely find things that seem quite messy or old, and after finishing that decluttering session, think about consistency. How often would it be okay to do it? Things can accumulate once again. Maybe you can do it every week for 15 minutes. We'll not go into details of decluttering, but I will later create a video on how you can use minimalism when it comes to your phone or computer. What else should you pay attention to besides decluttering? If you're thinking about owning stuff with intention, maybe it's time to change your attitude towards acquiring new things. We live in the era when it's super easy to buy things. A couple of clicks and your order is already placed and paid for. Even if you're not a marketer, it's easy to detect some tricks sellers use to make you buy their product faster. For example, if you've ever been to a local market in countries like Turkey, you know that some of the people working there are really good at persuasion. But you can face it online as well. Some services set timers which state that the discount will be available only if you place your order in 24 hours. When I inquired about prices for gym membership when I first tried working out, a manager said to me that it regularly cost X amount of money, but I had a discount which was meant to last only for 3 days. It didn't matter to me at the moment whether I had 3 or 300 days to purchase it because I wanted to do it the next day. But my friend did procrastinate for a week, and as it turned out, a discount the guy was talking about didn't even exist, and it was a regular price. Sometimes companies use scarcity principle. It means that humans place a higher value on an object when it's scarce and a lower value on those that are in abundance. That's how limited editions of games or sneakers might look very attractive. If you have a phone which is not a new flagship model but it serves your purposes extremely well, why would you want to buy the new one immediately? My point is, even though there are many opportunities to acquire new things, you shouldn't fall into every trap and clutter your home. You know, if you want to lose weight, you need to get into that calorie deficit. Decluttering is like that. If you don't create that deficit, you'll just buy more things than you get rid of, and you'll be left with more things than you started with. It's simple, really. You can even try minimalism in your time management. That's what people call doing more by doing less. Studies show that multitasking and frequent task interruption can lead to mistakes, and I personally like time blocking. Time blocking is dividing your day into blocks of time, each of them is dedicated to accomplishing a specific task or group of tasks, and only those specific tasks. I don't like jumping from one small task to another unrelated one all the time. That's why I group similar tasks and decrease the amount of context switching I have to go through throughout my day. And I include only tasks that will get me closer to achieving something important. Only important tasks. Lately, I've been also using week theming. It's a variation of time blocking. In order to publish a video, I got to write a script, film, and edit it. And this week is dedicated to editing several videos instead of writing a script for one of them, then filming and then editing. You can't use week theming everywhere, but sometimes it comes in quite handy. Alright, this is it. I hope this video was really helpful. Subscribe if you want to see more, and have a good day.